wise men said, only fools rush in on breakfast with Bob T.
Poncho Man, everybody, a round of applause for our main man, Poncho Man. We are here at beautiful Four Seasons Resort Hualalai, our championship edition. We're brought to you by HOKA One Polar Halo Neuroscience, Velofix, Today's Plan, Normatec, and Triathlete Magazine. Our next guest, two-time Ironman World Champion, and now the course record holder, 7:52:39. Give it up for the amazing Patrick Lange. So
Sounds good.
2 years ago, you break the run course record. Last year, you break the overall record. This year, you break the overall record again by, 8-9 minutes. What the heck? You must like this place.
Yeah, I mentioned before, it's a special place for me. I feel a lot of energy here, and it's the most important race of the year.
Yes.
And it's the best sport in the world, and it's the best place to do the best sport in the world.
So when you come off of winning, and you were very clear when we chatted last year, listen, this is where I'm going to be. I want to race the best people in the world. You come on and you beat me, great. And they did.
Yeah.
You went to Frankfurt and you got third. You knew you had a plan to get here, but media and other people, there were a few doubters out there worried that maybe you were a one-shot guy, you won, and would not win again.
Yeah, it's obvious that the media attention for triathlon is really big in Germany.
Yes.
So so they put a lot of pressure on me. I mean, Jan had a phenomenal season. He was killing it.
Unbeatable.
He was unbeatable. And I also got beaten by him.
Yes.
And but it motivated me, and I always tried to stay calm and positive, and focus on the main race. And this main race was yesterday. So yeah.
Did you spend a lot of time this last off season during the season because your bike ride was a lot better?
Yeah, obviously we worked on that quite with really big attention to detail. We improved the technical side of it. So I was lucky enough to work with Canyon. They put a massive effort into producing the best or the fastest bike with wind tunnel testing and et cetera, special tires and everything that you can imagine. And I'm really happy to also give a little bit back to them now with that great performance. And
and you also have one of the best cyclists as your coach, Faris El Sultan, who won here in 2005. How did he? Yeah.
By the way, I have a teammate, Andreas Dreitz,
who's also an amazing cyclist.
He was really pushing the pace out there. I have to say, we didn't talk before. It just came together. Normally, he's a little bit further down the road and after the swim, but I had a solid swim, but not a good swim. And then he was there, and I decided to go with him. And we had a nice little Erdinger train going on there, and he was really working hard. And we had to fight to stay on his wheel, actually. And so a big thank goes out to Andy as well.
Now, in other years, could you have stayed with him?
No, that it was definitely the most the biggest average what I was.
What were you pushing?
Producing. I can't tell you about.
But nobody's watching. We're just here. It's just me and you. We're up here in Hawaii. There's nobody around. One of the coolest things I saw was, Cam Wurf worked really hard, right?
Oh, yeah.
He knows to win this race, he's got to do it on a swim and a bike. And he had a great swim, broke the bike course record again. And when you caught him in the run, you guys shook hands. I thought that was really classy, because he did everything right.
Yes.
Right? He did everything, just like Lionel Sanders did last year. He did everything right, and you outran him. Cam did everything right for him, and then you caught him, on the Queen K.
Yeah, he had an amazing season, and he improved a lot. And I think He was really much smarter this season than last year. Last season I don't know. We raced 8-9
He's done
Ironman,
15 Ironman in the last 2 years.
like that. Yeah, it's
ridiculous.
crazy.
Yeah,
and this year he took it a little bit easier, and I think you can also see that his running technique improves, and he will definitely be a guy to watch out in the next years. And yeah, it just showed respect, and he's a class act athlete. And
so where were you off the bike this year? Because last year you were off the bike pretty far back.
I don't know the position actually, but I know that was like 6.5 minutes down.
Right.
And that was kind of my goal actually. So I wanted to finish the bike ride like from 5 to 8 minutes behind the leader. So I was really happy with the performance.
Well, especially when Cam Worth broke the bike course record.
Yeah, I didn't know that by the until the finish line. I knew that my manager Jan Silversen broke the course record in the swim because he was going up Javi and was like record. He was so happy.
I saw him. Jan went and broke it, and Jan was a pro and one of the best swimmers ever in this sport. He broke the swim course record age group, and then I think he stopped and had breakfast and hung out for a while. And he was like, "My day is done." No, he went out and had a great race, but his whole thing was breaking the swim course, which he did.
And that was the age of 39.
At the age of 30, that's ancient, being 39. Can't believe how old that is. So there was a point there. There's a point there where you're running with Bart Arnouts, who just ran 2:39 at Frankfurt. So not Frankfurt, at Hamburg. So you know that this guy can run.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was one of the best runners for the last, I don't know, 5-6 years. He had incredible run times here. And he is a tremendous runner, and
you probably didn't want to stay with him very long.
Yeah, of course. I think you have to stay on your race tactic, and I stayed on my race plan, and we started out really fast. So actually, I checked the split times this morning together with Ferris, and we ran the first K in 3:25, and was like, oh, that's pretty fast.
Yeah, pretty fast.
So I was waiting for the second kilometer to slow down a little bit, but Braden, he doesn't. So I decided to just let him go for a little while, and but I took care that they doesn't get out of sight.
Right.
So and then I found my running legs and stayed on their heels. Yeah. And took the lead.
Have you raced Javier Gomez often?
No, not that much. Not that much. He is world class for almost 15 years now. And so when I was racing international short course, it was more European Cups.
Right.
And that was not his league.
Right.
So he was also always racing World Cup races, and I was like in the lower class.
But having him out here and having him in the field, you're the type of guy who you want him here. You want Jan Frodeno here when he's fit and ready to go. But being able to race against Javier Gomez on your turf is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it was also inspirational for me throughout the whole year, because he made the announcement that will come, and he had a pretty good race in
South Africa.
No, he was Asia Pacific.
Oh, Asia Pacific is second to Brandon Curry. Yes.
Brandon Curry.
Yeah.
So and he had this phenomenal race in South Africa with 7.3. Yeah, but we know that he is a class act in 7.3. Yes. But in Ironman, that was a good day for him.
Yeah, it really was.
So he was definitely on the list to watch, and when we bridged the gap on the bike, I definitely also decided to stay within Javier's sight. So because I thought this is the maybe guy. one guy to watch out for. Yeah.
So our new book, the 40th anniversary of Ironman book, comes out, and the introduction is written by Gordon Ramsay, the famous chef. And then yesterday at the finish line, I don't think this has ever happened before, where the winner of, especially winner Ironman World Championship, gets down on a knee and proposes to his lovely girlfriend. One, had you thought about that during the last number of miles of the run? When did that come to your head that you're going to do that?
I was thinking about it in the last month in training. It was kind of motivating for me. I didn't tell anybody. Not
Right,
even my
obviously,
father.
yeah.
So
Or her.
or her, nobody. It was just a thought in my head, and I wanted to keep it for me. And if I would be second, I wouldn't have asked, because it was just kind of a motivation. And
Right.
it's the love of my life, and it was. I think it was the best situation to ask.
I love that. And Gordon Ramsay wrote the intro for our book, and you got a text from Gordon?
Yes, he actually commented on the winning picture on Instagram, and said that the dinner is on him on the
Gordon
wedding.
Ramsay, taking care for all of us.
Yeah.
I like that. Gordon, thank you very much. We're all pretty hungry. I think that'll be really, really special.
And we're triathlete. We eat a lot.
So the other thing is, when you set a course record, and maybe you haven't read that in the manual, but when you set a course record, you're supposed to do it by, if 8:01 was your course record from last year, you go 8 hours and a few seconds. You don't go 7:52, right? Because you want to break it again next year. That's going to be really hard.
You got to take the chances. So Madame Pelé was really kind to us this year. And you got to take the chances, and I did. So I don't know. Maybe next year is a complete different game. So better go all out.
You got to go for it.
Yes.
So speaking of going for it, the folks here at Four Seasons Hualalai always go for it. And as our champion, we have a little special surprise for you from the chefs here at the Four Seasons.
Oh yeah, I like that.
We'll let the camera see this guy. I'll try not to break
especially
anything.
with the
And this
hashtag
is-
be
this
the
is-
record breaker.
See, look at that. How cool is this,
That was actually
everybody?
Julia's idea.
How about a round of applause for our two-time Ironman World Champion and new course record holder, Mr. Patrick Lange.
Like a river flows surely to the sea. Darling, don't you know some things were meant to be? On Breakfast with Bob. Chee-hoo.
Pancho Man and Four Seasons Hualalai. How amazing is that? You guys may want to get a couple photos. Rob, you got it.